Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm Wings the Wolf, and today I'll be sharing part 2 of Haze's story. The people that I told I'll be writing the story and stuff, you are now here. Also, I can't remember which one you were. Like, I know which one you were, but I can't remember who you were. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. You just come later in the drawing. You'll know what I'm talking about once you see this. But yeah, so here's part 2 of Haze's story. Haze saw the head of another juvenile raptor pop out of a bush. Its darker spots were more of a green color than Haze's. The other raptor happily leaped out of the bush and approached her. "Hello," he said cheerily. "Hi," Haze replied. "I'm Turtle. What's your name?" he asked without skipping a beat. "I'm Haze. Are you out here alone?" As she said it, an adult raptor with brown and white coloring emerged from the shrubbery. She cautiously sniffed Haze. "Are you alone, little one?" the adult asked. Yes, Haze was a bit intimidated by the larger raptor, despite her soft tone and body language. "You can stay with me and Turtle if you like." Her voice was soft and loving and reminded Haze of something distant and familiar. Haze agreed to stay with them and soon met an adult raptor named Ash. He was gray all over with lighter patches. They lived together as a happy pack for a long time. Haze and Turtle would play games while the adults watched or hunt. But one of these days, Haze and Turtle had been playing. It started to change. "Rawr! I'm a T-Rex," shouted Turtle. I can't fight against the mightiest predator of all. Or can I? I, the mighty horned beast." Haze was interrupted by Turtle correcting her. "Triceratops," he said, in a know-it-all manner. "Right. Triceratops. Whatever. I will defeat you." Haze let out a hiss and charged at Turtle, who did the same. Overhead, a hat swooped a bit lower and circled the oblivious juveniles. The two rushed and laughed until Root, the brown raptor, came running over and yelled at them to get in the den. Startled, they quickly obeyed and rushed inside. There was some hissing before Root and Ash came inside as well. "You two need to watch your surroundings." Root's voice was laced with concern as she scolded them. "Did you guys even see that hat? It could have picked you up and taken you away." She nuzzled her kids before continuing. "Just be more careful, please." Haze and Turtle nodded. After that day, they were allowed outside less and less, as more of the hats came. Even the youngsters started to fear the winged beasts. Soon, it became too big of a problem to live with, and Root and Ash came to the decision they would have to move. The sky was dark as the sun was just rising, and the clouds littered the sky, leaving the light to match the mood. The adults went out first and then called for their young. They rushed between bushes, trying to avoid gaining the attention of the hats. During one of their dashes to a new bush, Haze looked up and behind her to see one of the beasts flying and panicked. She slipped on the wet grass and slid down the hill. Desperately, she scrambled for shelter from the skies. She got into a bush and crouched down low. Two of the hats flew over the spot she was. One flew away shortly after, but the other landed nearby. Slowly, it walked along the side of the bush. Haze's heart was thumping so loud she was surprised it couldn't locate her on that alone. She kept every muscle in her body as still as possible, daring not even to breathe. The hats looked around a bit, head twitching every now and again. It started to lower its head down towards Haze's hiding spot. It was close enough for her to see its eyes moving to scan the bushes. Then she could have sworn they locked eyes. A screeching sound made the creature quickly pull its head up. The call was followed by some more squawking from one of the other hats. The one next to Haze glanced at her momentarily before getting a running start, then taking to the skies with a scream of anger. Haze gasped, but then darted into the direction her mom and sibling had went. She had never run so fast in her life. It's amazing what adrenaline does to a dinosaur. Soon she caught up to them, and Root gave them a quick lesson on pouncing and latching. Then she had them hold on to her so they could get further faster. Ash soon caught up to them. They were out of the plains after a day of traveling and felt a lot safer. Haze and the Turtle went back to playing and came up with new games that could be played even when they were moving. One of them, their favorite, they would play when they walked on their own and played every chance they got. They called it the Path of Titans. The point was to stomp their print into the ground and hunt bugs. Whoever's sprint was the deepest and caught the most bugs, with extra points for bigger ones, would win. The game, of course, always made the adults irritated because the point was not to lead predators to them, but they played anyways. Shortly after stopping by a river to drink, they came across a carno footprint. "We tread carefully," Ash told them. Be as quiet as you can." So they did, and soon they arrived at their destination, White Cliffs. They were happy to finally stop traveling and settle down in a cave next to the ocean. The water couldn't be drunk, though, so Haze ventured to a nearby lake and saw a spined creature on the other side. Surely she could get a drink, right? She hid behind a rock for cover before realizing that it was in fact not a rock. She froze as the creature rose to its feet. The large gray and green Rex looked down upon Haze. It made the hats from her old home look short as its bright yellow eyes locked onto her. They stared at each other for a moment before the Rex walked away. Haze almost ran back to her pack, but decided she might as well drink. So she did. But she only got a few sips before, not too far away in the water, she saw the tip of the spined beast slowly moving towards her. So she ran away. She ran back to her family. It was getting dark anyways. Root had a chunk of meat for Haze and Turtle to share when she got there. Then the family snuggled up in a pile. Haze felt safe in the bundle of feathers and scales. As she drifted off into sleep, she thought about the wild adventures she had been on. Not just with this family, but with her previous ones, too. Dusty, the big raptors, and now she had a forever pack. When she was big, like her mom and dad, she would help protect them. But for now, she just rested. And that's it for that story. So yeah, for the people I was playing with, you obviously see where I deviated from some stuff. Also, sorry if I forgot what one of your coloring was. I remembered I forget your name, the brown one's coloring, because, I don't know, I just did. And I forgot the other one's coloring, so I was like, gray. It's gray. Yep, gray. That's what it is now. But yep, I took some creative liberties and stuff. It's just based off what happened, so yeah. And I guess that's about it for Haze's story, unless we ever continue with those raptors. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and have a good day. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Bye! The two rushed and laughed until two of the hats flew overhead.